Hi, this is Sweet June. I'm back. If you get a chance, go over there, check out the video that I'm doing on Tommy Sotomayor is talking about how black women cannot file child support on black men to cut down on police brutality. He was telling black women to stop filing child support on black men to cut down on police brutality. And I was basically saying that in most cases, black women have to file it because it's mandated that I was saying that in the state of Michigan, if you go down and apply for whether it be food stamps or cash assistance or child care or doesn't make a difference what it is. When you go down to the county and apply for any of those things, they require you to report the father of your child so they can go after him for child support. So what my argument was is that you got beef with the system. You ain't got beef with black women. You got beef with the system because it's the system that's putting you on the child support. It ain't the women. The women just doing what they got to do. So I said I was going to do a little research to find out because I wasn't sure if it was a state mandate. I know that's what they do here in the state of Michigan. Now I said I was going to compile some research. Now I stumbled across this. Wasn't quite sure what to type into Google, but I found this document here on Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. And there's an article here. It's called, I'm not going to read the whole article. Child support cooperation requirements in SNAP are unproven, costly, and put families at risk. They're trying to say the child support cooperation requirements. I guess they're arguing that them requiring women to file child support, threatening to say, well, if you don't give up the father, let us know who the father is so we can go after him for child support, then you're not going to get your food stamps and they're basically saying in this article that it's putting families at risk by doing that, because if you deny the women assistance based on the fact that she didn't tell you who the father of the child is, then the child could risk going hungry. The child's going to go without something. The child's going to could possibly go hungry, or the child could possibly even go without housing. So that's basically what they're arguing with. That's just the argument in this article. And I'm gonna scroll down to the part where in most cases, I had to redo this video because the last time I did it on YouTube, and it didn't configure when I went to upload it. It was sideways, so I had to redo it. So I have to kind of regather my thoughts of what I was saying. In most cases, before I read this little part to you, in most cases, women, 9 times out of 10, women have to get some type of assistance in supporting the child, because in most cases, women don't make enough money to solely support the child without the assistance of the father. In most cases, women need some type of assistance in help in supporting a child. Now, some may argue, well, why have the child in the first place if you don't have enough money to support the child? Well, I say secure a marriage mate and make sure you have enough money to support the child. I've said this in other videos. Unless you're making 6 figures, and even if you're a married couple, unless you are making 6 figures, then you might want to rethink of having children, because that's pretty much what you need to take care of children. So I say secure a marriage mate and make sure you have 6 figures before you think about having a child. Now that's what I say. Okay. So it's both. It ain't just one. But however, when a woman does have a child outside of marriage, 9 times out of 10, she does not, unless she is making 6 figures, she doesn't have enough money to solely support the child on her own without some type of assistance. When you look at black women's black single mothers poverty rates, when you look at the stats on that, it will tell you that it's a pretty high percentage of single black mothers that live below the poverty line. So, in most cases, single black mothers don't have enough money to solely support the child on their own without getting some type of assistance. I know when I had my youngest son, I didn't qualify for. I was working at the county nursing home at the time, and I didn't qualify for food stamps or cash assistance. And I even think they even cut me off of medical, which was fine. I was fine with that. But I did needed the child care assistance. That I needed. And the father wasn't giving me any type of assistance. He wasn't offering any type of assistance. So I didn't have a choice because I needed child care arrangements so I could continue to work. So I had to go down there and ask them for some child care assistance. And of course I had to pay, they paid a percentage of it and then I paid the rest. They paid like maybe 80% of it and I paid the rest. So I had to get that. I had to get that because I didn't have enough money to pay full child care assistance plus pay rent and buy food. I wouldn't balling like that. I wouldn't balling out of control like that. But however, I made too much to qualify for food stamps and mind you, I had my other son, but I think I had at the time I had my oldest son was getting Social Security because his dad was on Social Security, so I was getting that little check too. So his dad was his side of the child support was being taken care of, but I needed that help with child care assistance. So I went down there and filed that because he wasn't holding up his end of the bargain. I mean, he wasn't helping me at all. So in most cases, a woman got to go do something. She got to get some stamps, or she got to get some housing assistance or medical, whatever it is that she goes down there and files. They're going to require her to tell who the father of the child is, so they can go after the father. Now the whole point of that, I'm going to tell you what the point of that is that when she does that, they figure, okay, well, however much money you getting in child support, we can deduct that from what we give you. Like if you qualify for food stamps, then if the father's paying $50 a week in child support, then okay, well, we can deduct that from your food stamp amount that you're getting. Okay, that's how that works. That's why they want to go after the father for the child support. This is the reason why they want to go after him, so they don't have to drop you so much money. That's less money that they have to drop you. Instead of giving you $200 a month in food stamps, I'm just throwing a number out there. Instead of paying you $200 a month in food stamps, they'll only pay you $100 in food stamps because you're getting X amount of dollars in child support. You feel me? You get my drift? So that's the reason why they want to go after the father. Now, according to this, I said in the state of Michigan, that is a requirement in the state of Michigan that anytime a woman goes down there and files child or for food stamps or whatever it is that she needs, she is required to provide that information to them about the father, so they can go after the father for child support payments. Now they were talking about this particular paragraph that the child support caseloads were declining. Now this one particular sentence here, it says, the one that I want to read to you, it says, where is it? Oh, here it is. It's in this paragraph. I'm sorry. It says, that's not the paragraph either. See, I got off my, Okay, here it is. It says, I'm trying to find the part where it says, here it is. It says, the decline in child support participation is in large part due to the parallel contraction of the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families TANF program. The TANF requires that custodial households open child support cases and cooperate with the child support program in order to receive benefits. As the TANF caseload has shrunk, so has the number of families mandated to receive child support services, which has resulted in an overall decline in child support program caseloads. So basically, they're saying that further up it says child support caseloads have declined from 17.2 million in 1999 to 14.5 million cases in 2016. So the child support cases have declined because they're basically saying the child support cases have declined because the caseloads, the TANF caseloads have declined. So for that, that's good information there. So so based on that, so I thought it was a state thing. It's a federal, according to this, it's a federal mandate. It's a federal mandate that because that's a federal program, and the federal gives the state monies so the state can pass it on to the families. So the TANF is a federal program. So this is a federal mandate that requires, so this is all over across the board. I thought it was just a Michigan thing. I didn't know how many other states required that, but this is a federal, because TANF is a federal program, that is their requirement. That the custodial parent opens a child support case. Okay, so it's the system that you have beef with. You ain't got no beef with the woman. You got beef with the system. Unless the father says, is willing to fully cooperate with the woman and help her with child care expenses and food and whatever it is that child needs, okay, then she ain't got to go down there, unless she's just being vindictive. She don't have to go down there. And now if my youngest son's dad had came to me and said, okay, well, I'm gonna give you whatever you need to help, don't go down there and file child support on me, I'm gonna help you do whatever it is to help you pay child support or child care or whatever it is that you need, don't go down there. And if he was willing to do that, then no, I wouldn't have, I'm a reasonable person. I would have said fine. That, I wouldn't have went down there if he was willing to do whatever he can on his end. Plus with me working together and cahoots together, then no, I wouldn't have went down there and filed child support. In most cases, women ain't doing that to be mean. Women just doing what they got to do to support their kids. Because a lot of times, a lot of cases, the fathers aren't doing their part. They're not doing it. A lot of men try to evade the system. So a woman got to do what she got to do to help with her child. So when a man's getting mad about women filing child support, well, you really have beef with the system. Okay? Because it's the system. That's the way the system is set up. And that's the what I'm trying to, get him and a lot of other men to see. That's the way you got beef with the system. That's the way the system is set up. Unless you're willing and able to help with the woman, to make sure the child has everything the child needs. That way the woman ain't got to run down there unless she's just being mean. Now, some women do it out of spite. I will say that. But in most cases, women are doing it because they have to. Now, some women, they might go down there and say, well, I don't know who the father is, or, well, they're pretty diligent. We'll write down all the people you was with, and we'll go after them, and they'll have to do a DNA. Because that was the case with my son's baby mama, my granddaughter's mother. She had to do a DNA. I didn't find out about my granddaughter until she was 3. Yes. hmm So, in this case, a woman lie, or whatever, say, well, yeah, they'll have you submit names, you know, and if you was raped, you say I was raped. Well, where's the police report if you was raped? Oh, they're pretty diligent. See, they're gonna make sure they get their money one way or the other, you know. So, and I read further up in this article that the child support and the TANF program, they work hand in hand. They work hand in hand together. So they're in cahoots. They work together. The TANF program and the child support enforcement, they both work together. Okay, so that's why it's set up that way. So I just wanted to, get you guys that information. I said I was going to do some research. I wanted to get you guys that information. That's the information that I found. Now, this document was of March. It says on here March of 10th, 2020. Well, at the top it says February 5th, 2020. So this is pretty updated. Their argument is that child support, the cooperation requirements is not right because if the woman doesn't cooperate, then she doesn't get any assistance, and then that puts the child at risk. The child's best interest is at heart. So at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for the child. Not what's best for the father, not what's best for the mother, but what's best for the child. Okay, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and the share button. Go ahead and comment below. What are your views and what are your thoughts on this? Be nice. We've got some more interesting video topics coming up. Peace and love. This is Sweet June.